It was a quiet morning on August 18, 2025, when the news broke. Spotify's official numbers updated and fans noticed something extraordinary. Jungkook had crossed 9.4 billion total solo streams. Within minutes, ARMY across the globe turned social media into a celebration arena. From Seoul to Sao Paulo, hashtags like #Jungkook94billion and #StreamingKingJK dominated the trending lists. It wasn't just a record, it was a moment. A moment when millions of fans felt connected to the same heartbeat, Jungkook's voice. One ARMY in the Philippines posted, "I've been streaming 7 since its release in 2023. To see these numbers now makes me feel like I was part of history." Another fan in the US wrote, "This isn't just about streams, it's about love, dedication, and how one man's music united the world." For ARMY, this number wasn't just digits, it was 9.4 billion stories. 9.4 billion times someone pressed play because they needed Jungkook's voice. Jungkook's journey as a solo artist began long before Golden. In BTS's earlier years, he released covers on SoundCloud, singing Justin Bieber, Charlie Puth, and Korean ballads. Fans already knew Jungkook wasn't just a vocalist, he was a storyteller. The release of 7 in July 2023 changed everything. With its addictive melody and global promotion, the song skyrocketed across charts, becoming the fastest song to reach 1 billion streams on Spotify at the time. Then came 3D, blending Western R&B with Jungkook's signature charm, and Standing Next to You, which many critics hailed as his most powerful performance yet. By November 2023, Golden was born, an album that broke records, from debuting on Billboard 200 to dominating global charts. The project wasn't just an album, it was a statement. Jungkook was here to stay, not as just BTS's youngest, but as a global pop star. Crossing 9.4 billion streams isn't just luck, it's strategy, artistry, and consistency. 7 alone accounts for over 2.5 billion streams, making it one of Spotify's most streamed songs by an Asian artist. 3D surpassed 1 billion streams, cementing Jungkook's dominance in the Western market. Golden, as an album, reached 4 billion streams, making it the 4th most streamed K-pop album in history. Music analysts point out that no other Korean soloist has achieved this level of global replay value. Jungkook doesn't just break into charts, he stays there. What makes Jungkook different? Why does the world press play 9.4 billion times? The answer lies in his voice. Critics often describe it as versatile, able to soar high with emotional falsettos, yet deep enough to carry R&B grooves. But fans describe it differently. It feels like comfort. It's not just a song, it's like he's talking to me. Jungkook's voice is healing. That personal connection is why his songs cross cultures, languages, and borders. In Brazil, fans sing his lyrics in Portuguese. In Japan, his ballads top karaoke charts. In Europe, his tracks remix into club hits. Jungkook doesn't just create music, he creates memories. No milestone would be complete without ARMY. Dedicated streaming parties, playlists, and global projects have carried Jungkook to where he is today. On August 18, as the news spread, ARMY organized billboard ads in New York and Seoul congratulating him, a streaming marathon aiming to push him to 10 billion by the end of 2025, a charity project under his name raising funds for children's education in his hometown Busan. One ARMY group from Mexico explained, "When Jungkook sings, he gives us strength. Supporting his records is the least we can do to give back." For ARMY, breaking records is not about competition. It's about honoring Jungkook's dedication. Music insiders admit, Jungkook's streaming dominance is changing the industry. A Rolling Stone writer noted, "Before Jungkook, no K-pop soloist had ever reached this scale on Spotify. He redefined what success looks like for Asian artists in the global market." Other labels now look to Jungkook's strategies, English language singles, global promotions, and Western collaborations as a blueprint. Some even say he has opened the doors for future generations of Korean soloists to dream bigger. With this milestone behind him, the world wonders what's next. Rumors swirl of Jungkook's second solo album, with producers from Los Angeles and Seoul already dropping hints. A 2026 solo world tour, potentially spanning 20 countries. And more collaborations with Western artists, following his rumored studio session with Charlie Puth. And of course, BTS's full group comeback in 2026. If Jungkook's solo power is this strong, imagine the explosion when all 7 reunite.
9.4 billion streams is more than a number. It's proof of legacy. From a boy in Busan who once sang covers in his bedroom, Jungkook is now a global streaming king, standing beside the biggest pop stars in the world. But to ARMY, he's still the same Jungkook, the humble, hardworking artist who smiles shyly, who gives his all on stage, and who once said, "I just want to sing for people who need my voice." That's why fans believe this is only the beginning. Reaching 9.4 billion streams is no small feat. In fact, it's the kind of number that only a handful of global pop stars ever achieve in their careers. For Jungkook, however, this wasn't just luck or timing. It was the result of years of preparation, relentless work, and an unshakable bond with ARMY. When BTS announced their temporary hiatus in 2022, the music industry wondered, could each member truly stand alone? For Jungkook, the youngest of the group, expectations were enormous. Would he crumble under the pressure? Would he simply ride on the group's legacy? Or would he prove himself as a force of his own? The answer came swiftly. His first solo releases weren't just successful, they shattered records. 7 didn't just trend, it dominated. Golden wasn't just another idol album, it became an instant streaming phenomenon. Analysts note that Jungkook's success coincided with the shift in how global audiences consume music. Playlists on Spotify and Apple Music now matter more than traditional sales charts. And Jungkook's voice, smooth, emotional, versatile, was perfectly crafted for repeat listening. One industry expert said, Jungkook's voice is addictive. It's intimate yet powerful. That's why his songs don't just get played once. They get looped, sometimes hundreds of times by fans. That looping effect turned millions of listeners into billions of streams. While Jungkook's talent is undeniable, even he would admit that ARMY's dedication is the backbone of every milestone. Streaming parties across time zones. Fans don't just casually stream Jungkook songs, they organize across the US, Europe, Latin America, and Asia. ARMY's schedule global streaming events where thousands hit play at the same time, pushing tracks up the charts. On August 18th, when the 9.4 billion mark was officially reached, screenshots of fans streaming filled social media. Spotify tabs open, YouTube playlists running, captions filled with pride. Emotional attachments. Every stream also represents something deeper. Memories and emotions tied to Jungkook's voice. For some fans, Still With You carried them through dark times. For others, 7 was the soundtrack to summer nights in 2023. Each click, each replay is an emotional bond being reaffirmed. A fan from Brazil shared online, "When I play Jungkook's songs, it feels like he's speaking directly to me. 9.4 billion streams means billions of connections, billions of hearts touched." The milestone has also placed Jungkook in direct comparison with the world's biggest pop stars. The Weeknd is currently the world's most streamed artist, but Jungkook is the only Asian soloist consistently ranking near the top. Justin Bieber, once the face of global pop streaming, now has a serious challenger in Jungkook, whose numbers continue climbing faster. In K-pop, no other soloist, male or female, has yet crossed into this tier of billions. This raises the question, has Jungkook redefined the ceiling for K-pop? Music journalists say yes. For years, Korean artists were told they couldn't break past language barriers. Jungkook, however, has proven music itself is the only language that matters. When Jungkook streams hit 9.4 billion, the celebration wasn't confined to charts and fan communities. The milestone triggered headlines in international media, proving that his reach extends beyond music into culture, fashion, and even generational identity.
It's no secret that Jungkook is not only a singer, but a trendsetter. His simple white t-shirt look can sell out in minutes. His Calvin Klein campaign in 2023 caused such a frenzy that websites crashed from demand. Now, as his music continues to dominate, brands are recognizing that Jungkook represents something deeper: the merging of art, music, and identity. Every stream isn't just a click, it's a cultural statement. Fans say streaming Jungkook is a way to feel closer to him, to express loyalty, to be part of something global.